From Del Mar to Middletown, Bombay Hook to the Brandywine, Dover to Wilmington. This is the Caesar Rodney Institute Policy Podcast. Today, Caesar Rodney Institute Communications Director Sam Friedman talks with Michael Chartier, State Programs and Government Relations Director for the Friedman Foundation for Educational Choice. Here's Sam.
Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience? Tell us how long you've been at Friedman and what your new position is now.
Sure. My name is Michael Chartier, and I'm one of the State Programs and Government Relations Directors for the Friedman Foundation for Educational Choice. I've been here for about 3 years, and I just picked up the state of Delaware.
You had been working earlier this year in Nevada on an ESA bill, Education Savings Account. What was your role there? And talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So we essentially worked with a variety of other groups, including the legislature, the bill drafter, the bill author, Senator Scott Hammond, and we basically provided research and testimony and program design on things that had worked in other states and things that hadn't worked so well. So we really were just a resource for Senator Hammond and a variety of the other folks there on the ground who had questions about how education savings accounts work in practice and how they could be improved in their state.
And how was the reaction in Nevada when the bill was passed?
I'd say there was a lot of very happy people. They actually opened up, I should say today, they opened up the first sort of iteration of applications for the ESA. And I think they've gotten a variety of people to sign up for an ESA. I know there was a lot of parents that were really excited about the prospect of being able to get some funds to send their kids to the school of their choice, and obviously a variety of other educational endeavors that they could choose. I think there was a few opponents to school choice. I think they were a little upset by the bill's passing. But I think at the end of the day, there was a huge funding increase in Nevada that went to public schools. And on the other side of that, there was school choice. So I think at the most part, everyone was happy.
How is an education savings account different from a voucher?
Sure. So essentially, a voucher is basically a check from the state to a parent, and then the parent could utilize those funds at a school of his or her choice for their kids. And it's basically money directly to the parent to be used only for sending their kids to a particular kind of school, where an education savings account is really like a debit card with a sum of money put in there, and parents can use that for a variety of educational expenses, not just at a private school. It can be used at a private school, but it could be also used for things like tutoring, textbooks, special needs support services. In Nevada, you can use it for transportation, and just a lot of things like online education, for example. So really the idea is to open up the marketplace and have a wide variety of educational services that these funds could be used for.
Are there any other states that you foresee looking towards ESAs in the future after Nevada?
I think so. I mean, I think that the education savings account is sort of the new kid on the school choice block. I believe Delaware, your state of Delaware, has been looking at education savings accounts. Your neighbors, sort of, not really neighbors, but your friends to the north, if you will. Rhode Island, I know, is looking at education savings accounts as well. I guess they're pretty far north, but I know that they're looking at education savings accounts as well. Montana passed an education savings account bill, but that was ultimately vetoed, and I know that they will be looking at trying to pass a more expansive education savings account, and I know that the state of Iowa is looking to pass an education savings account. They've introduced legislation the past 2 years. So I know that there's a lot of other states there on the block that are looking to pass ESAs.
That was Michael Chartier, State Programs and Government Relations Director for the Friedman Foundation for Educational Choice. You've been listening to the Caesar Rodney Institute Impact Delaware Policy Podcast. Visit our website, caesarrodney.org, for the latest columns, research, and events on issues affecting you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our episode archive. I'm Sam Friedman. Thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.